Okay. My voice is audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Slides?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah. Okay. So, actually, in the last class, we was discussing about temperature effects and doping on mobility. These two things we was discussing in the last class, right? In the today's class, we will discuss the remaining two topic what is left in the first module. Okay, the first one is the mobility and conductivity. The second one is the Hall effect. Okay, these two are the derivation. This is not somewhat kind of an block diagram and explanation and all. These two concepts are derivation kind of an topics. Okay, so before entering to the conductivity and mobility derivation, first we will discuss two things. The first one, what is drift current concept. The second one is the diffusion current concept. Once we get the clarity about these two, then we will enter into the derivative part of the conductivity and mobility in a piece of semiconducting material. Okay, so now you people are seeing a one diagram in your screen. Okay, anyone will you explain what exactly we are trying to say from this diagram?
The electrons are drifted towards the positive pole.
Yeah, I mean, initially, if you wanted to write a few lines about the construction before entering to the operation of this particular circuitry, what you are going to write for the construction part?
The positive part is connected, taking that voltage source will connect to one source to that cathode and anode, where electrons normally we connect because of that electron movement will be takes place. That's all.
Okay, you should mention which type of an semiconducting material you have taken here. Yes,
N,
I mean
NP
what?
section.
Yeah, yeah. What the piece of semiconductor we have considered here? It is a N-type semiconductor. Just while seeing that only, we can easily guess it is an N-type semiconducting material because of. I mean, what are the dark dots are there? It will be represent the electrons, right? Correct. So here, this I mean this is zero. This is zero. Actually, obviously, this symbol is we are using for representing the holes. But in this case, this zero we are using for representing the atoms. We are using for representing the atoms. Here we are not considering the whole concept here. Okay, anyway, it's an N-type semiconducting material. Majority are electrons. Okay, compared to electron current and hole current, the electron current is dominating the whole current because of the concentration of electron is more in the N-type semiconducting material. Hence, we are neglecting the hole current and we have taken only the electron current for our analysis purpose. Okay, okay. Now, what we have done, we have taken a piece of N-type semiconducting material with the help of an ohmic contact. The left side of the semiconducting material we are connected to positive terminal of the power supply, and the another side of the N-type semiconducting material we are connected to the negative terminal of the power supply. Now what it will be happen, if you put V will be equal to some voltage, V will be equal to some voltage. Let us take the applied voltage, it will be equal to DC 5 volt. Applied voltage, it will be equal to DC 5 volt. When you are providing the applied 5 volt DC, that time what it will be happen, all the electron it will be start moving towards the positive terminal of the power supply, moving towards the positive terminal of the power supply. When you are applying the current, when you are applying the voltage, when the electron it will be start moving from one place to another place, obviously it will be constitute a current. That current only we are called as an electron current. That current only we are called as an electron current. So in the N-type semiconducting material, there are holes also there. Okay, in the last class we was taken some numerical values. Out of 40,000 electron, only 2.5 thousand holes are there. Even that all the holes are try to move towards the negative terminal of the power supply. When we are compared to the two type of an current, electron current as well as the hole current, the electron current is dominating, hence you neglect the hole current now. Okay, so for this only phenomenon, for only this process, just we called as an current, just simply we can called as an current. But now here we are trying to explain the drift concept. What is meant by drift? What is the difference between the drift current and the normal current? When the electron it start moving from one place to another place, definitely it will be constitute a current. That current we are called as an electron current. Simply we can call it as an electron current, or the constitute it will the current it will be constituted due to the whole movement. Due to the whole movement, that current we are called as an whole current. So then what is meant by drift current?
Because of the applied voltage, it is happening.
Yes, because of applied voltage, all the electron it will be start moving towards some direction, right? To some direction, to a particular direction. Okay, the movement of a charge carrier, it constitutes a current. That current we called as an electron current. Now I am asking what is drift? Why we are using this word drift?
Current from drifting of electrons.
Yeah, current from drifting of electron. When the electron it will be started drifting. Now what happened here? If you taken simply a piece of semiconducting material, okay, there are more number of an electrons are there, and some of the defective states also available. That defective state only we have called as an atom here. The defective states only we are called as an atom here. When you are providing the additional energy with the help of an DC source, now all the electron it will be start moving towards a particular direction. To a particular direction. Previously or initially at thermally equilibrium or at 0 degree Kelvin or at 300 degree Kelvin, what it will be happen? Let us take, there is no biasing here. There is no biasing concept here. Just simply we have taken a one piece of semiconducting material. Okay. So now, okay, I will take the second diagram for explaining that. Okay. So in this piece of semiconductor, what we didn't done? Biasing we didn't done. Biasing means what? Providing an additional energy with the help of an extra sources. It may be a DC source or it may be a AC source. Okay, so we didn't done that, right? Now what happened at 0 degree Kelvin only? What are the electrons are there? That electron have some kinetic energy. That electron have some kinetic energy. Due to that kinetic energy, all the electron it will be moving randomly. It will be moving randomly. There is no two particular places. Simply it will be roaming in that particular material in randomly. Correct? So if you change the temperature from 0 degree Kelvin to 300 degree Kelvin, what it will be happen? That particular electron it will get the additional energy. When you are changing the temperature, environmental temperature, that electron initially, let us take that electron having an initial energy of an 10 km per hour. When you are changing the temperature, that electron it will get an additional energy. That time it will be 20 km per hour. 20 km per hour. When you are changing the temperature, that electron direction it will be changing. The movement of an electron direction it will be changing. The electron direction is changing while changing the temperature, or when it get the additional energy due to the temperature change, it will change its direction as compared to the previous movement direction.
Yes, sir.
Understand thoroughly. You have taken a one piece of semiconducting material. Okay, in that number of electrons are there. Initially all the electron have some energy. Okay, so just for understanding purpose, let that speed it will be equal to 10 km per hour. That speed is maintained to move in some direction, random direction. Okay, so now what it will be happen? Just you are changing the temperature. Just you are changing the temperature from 0 degree to 300 degree Kelvin. When you are changing 0 degree Kelvin to 300 degree Kelvin, what the electron it will be moving previously, it will get an additional energy. When it will get an additional energy in that same direction, it will be moving with a high speed compared to the previous. Compared to 0 degree and 300 degree, 0 degree, it will be traveling with some minimum speed. When you are changing the temperature at 300 degree Kelvin, the same direction it will be start moving with a high speed. Okay, random movement means even this electron it will be moving upward, this electron it will be moving downward, this electron it will be moving left due to the repulsion because of the same charge carriers are there in the same type of an semiconducting material. Okay, due to repulsion, okay, randomly it will be moving. Correct. So now can you tell me what is the net current? The simple definition of an current, the movement of a charge carrier from one place to another place, it will be constitute a current. Okay, so that only we called as an current, right? In this case I am speaking, there are 100 electrons are there, that 100 electrons are randomly moving, randomly. There is no particular direction, randomly it will be moving. Correct. So can you tell me the net displacement, or can you tell me the net current produced by that piece of semiconducting material?
Zero, sir.
It will, yeah, it will be zero, right? Because of randomly. Just check it out here. This electron it will be moving right direction. Let us take this electron, it will be moving to the left direction. Okay, so this movement distance and this movement distance, it is opposite, it will be get cancelled. The same way, what the current it will be constituted this electron, and what the current it will be constituted this current, that both the current are in the opposite direction. When you are going to calculate the net momentum, when you are going to calculate the net current in this particular situation, it will be zero. It will be zero. Correct. So hence what I am going to do for generating some current, for giving some momentum to that particular electron. Correct. So I am going to apply an additional electric field to the piece of semiconducting material. Additional electric field to the piece of semiconducting material. Okay, so now that additional electric field only I have provided with the help of an additional battery, additional DC battery. Okay, positive connected to this terminal and negative terminal of the battery you are connected to right side of the piece of semiconducting material. Now initially when V will be equal to 0, this all the electron it will be moving randomly with some speed. Okay, when you are applying V will be equal to 5 volt, V will be equal to 10 volt, this electron it will get an additional energy due to this applied electric field. At the same time, all the electron it will be start moving towards only the positive terminal of the power supply, only to the positive terminal of the power supply. Okay, one thing I got to know that when I am applying the additional electric field, I can drive all the electron to a particular position, particular direction. Okay, hence I am applying the additional source here. Okay, so now what happen, all the electron it will start move to the positive terminal of the power supply. While moving to the positive terminal of the power supply, it will be collided to an atom. It will be collided to an atom, or it will be collided to the defect state present in the piece of semiconducting material. When the electron it will be collided to an atom, obviously what about its kinetic energy? Increase or decrease when it is collision?
Decreases.
Yeah, the kinetic energy of that particular electron it will be decreasing. Correct. Or otherwise what it will be happen, just check it out, the right corner of electron, what I have shown with the help of an mouse cursor. Correct. So this electron now initially it will be start moving towards positive terminal of the power supply. When we are applying V will be equal to 10 volt. But unfortunately, while moving in its path, there is an atom. This electron it will be collided to an atom. This electron it will be collided to an atom. After the collision, just check it out how the direction of the electron it will be changing. This direction of the electron it will be start towards upward direction, or it will be start moving towards downward direction, or it may take the reverse direction also. It may take the reverse direction also due to the collision. But unfortunately what happened, due to the applied electric field, even the kinetic energy will become zero due to this attractive force, the positive terminal of the supply. Due to that attractive force, it will be start attracting the diverted electron. It will be attracting the diverted electron. Will you understand? Diverted electron means once the electron it will be collided to an atom, it will deviating it will be deviating towards the top or towards the bottom or in the reverse direction. It's a random change in directions. But still, due to applied voltage or due to applied electric field, this electron start attracted towards the positive terminal. Due to this kind of an attraction, once again this electron, it will be start moving towards the positive terminal of the power supply only. Positive terminal of the power supply only. Okay, so just for understanding this particular concept, I will give you one small example. Okay, so now let us take some tug of war kind of a thing. Okay, so in one end, okay, there is a strong team. In the left hand, in the another team, it's a little bit of an weak team. Little bit of an weak team. Okay, they have started playing the tug of war and all. Correct. So tug of war means initially how it will be. That let us take team A and team B. Okay, when the team B applying the more forces, the team A started moving towards the team B. Or when the team A applying the more forces, the team B started moving towards the team A. Correct. So here what happened here, let us take the positive terminal of the power supply, let us take team A. Correct. And the negative terminal of the power supply, you can take team B. Okay, so the positive terminal of the power supply, it will be more stronger. It will be the more stronger. Correct. So when this electron, it will be collided to an atom, it will be loses its kinetic energy. But due to the attractive force by the additional power supply, this electron once again it will be start moving towards the positive terminal of the power supply. Okay, the diverted electron finally move to the positive terminal of the power supply. It is not in the constant speed, it is some kind of an drifting. Drifting means what we call accelerating kind of an thing in the zigzag. One step forward, one step backward, one step forward, one step backward, and finally the 2 step forward, 1 step backward, 3 step forward, 1 step backward, and finally it will be reached to the positive terminal of the power supply. This kind of a movement of an electron we called as a drift movement. This kind of a movement of an electron we called as a drift movement. Due to the drift movement of an electron, it will be constitute a current. That current we are called as a drift current. That current we are called as a drift current. The concept is clear? Hello? Anyone have a doubt in the drift current concept? Yeah, please.
No, sir. No doubts.
No doubts. Okay. So shall I move to the next concept, diffusion?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in the drift concept, we have taken equally or uniformly doping semiconducting material. Uniformly doping means let us take the piece of semiconductor capacity is the doping concentration of 50, only that much we have done it to that. That kind of an doping we are called as an uniform doping of an semiconducting material. Okay. In the next concept, what we have done, we have taken a non-uniformly doping semiconducting material. It may be a p-type semiconductor or it may be n-type. These two concepts you can explain with the help of n-type semiconductor or p-type semiconductor. The concept it will be same, but the arrow mark it will be become ulta. Okay, please be aware about that. Okay, so now here also we have taken the n-type semiconducting material, but non-uniformly doped piece of semiconducting material we have taken. Due to non-uniformly doping concentration, what it will be, the one part of the semiconductor, let us take this is a piece of semiconductor. In this piece of semiconductor, one part of the semiconductor consisting of more number of an electron, the another part of the semiconducting material it consisting of an only few electron. Correct. So in this situation, you need not to provide any additional biasing to that. Correct. So what is the tendency of an electron? Due to repulsion, when the density of the electron it will be more. Obviously, the left side piece of semiconducting material it consisting of a more number of an electron, right? The electron density is more. Due to electron more density, this all the electron it will be experience a force of repulsion. experience a force of repulsion. When this all the electrons, it will get repelled each other, it will be start moving from higher concentration region to lower region concentration, higher region concentration to lower region concentration. But there is a electron movement from left side to right side, means the electron movement from higher concentration to lower concentration without applying any biasing voltage, without applying any biasing voltage. Okay, this kind of an electron movement from higher concentration to lower concentration, it will be constitute a current. That current we are called as an diffusion current. This current we are called as an diffusion current. Drift current means the current, it will be constituted due to the drifting of an electron. Drifting of an electron. Drifting ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? When the electron, it will be collided to an atom. When the electron, it will be collided to an atom, it will loses its kinetic energy, but still due to applied electric field or applied potential, it will be attracted the diverted electron towards it. Correct? So that in that situation, the electron, it will be start drifting or accelerating. Correct? When it will be constitute a current, that current we are called as an drift current. But in the diffusion, due to the repulsive force, the electron, it will be start moving from higher concentration region to lower concentration region. When the electron, it will be moving from one place to another, it will be constitute a current. That current only we are called as an diffusion current. Okay, so this is the difference between the drift and diffusion. And one thing you keep in your mind, for giving the explanation of a drift and diffusion, you can take N type or P type, there is no problem. But in the drift, we have to apply the additional power supply for the biasing. In the diffusion, you need not to apply any additional power supply. Okay, but you have to take the non-uniformly concentrated piece of semiconducting material. But in the drift, you have to take the uniformly doped piece of semiconducting material. These two are the differences between the drift current as well as the diffusion current. Now keeping these two concepts in our mind, we will move to the actual syllabus. Actual syllabus means our derivative part, conductivity and mobility. Conductivity and mobility. Before starting the derivation of this particular topic, I will give you one picture about the derivations. Okay, first what we are going to do here, we will take the one piece of semiconducting material. Initially, when that particular piece of semiconducting material we are not biasing, that time the electron movement in that piece of semiconducting material, it will be in the random nature. When all the electron, it will be moving in the random, you can change the temperature from 0 to 100, 100 to 200, 300, 400, something like that. Only the electron speed, it will be changing. But when you are going to calculate the net velocity or net drift as well as net current of that particular piece of semiconducting material, it always zero. Correct? So for that, what I am going to do, for driving all the electron to a particular direction, I am going to applying an electric field. When I am going to applying an electric field, now all the electron, it will be started towards some particular direction with some speed. Correct? So now I can calculate the current. Now I can calculate the net momentum of the electron. Correct? So now due to when we are applying the electric field, what I am going to do, I am accelerating the electron to move to a particular direction in such a way that I am going to calculate the electron momentum. This is the case 1. In case 2, when the electron, it will be start moving to a particular direction, definitely it will be collided to an atom. Collision, it will be happen. Correct? So that due to collision, atoms, it will be present, or impurity atoms, correct, it will be present, or some defective state, due to some defective state in the semiconducting material. Due to this all the parameter, scattering, it will be happen. Scattering means what? In the last class we was discussing about two type of scattering. One is the impurity scattering, the second one is the lattice scattering. Impurity scattering, the second one is the lattice scattering. Impurity scattering means what? While electron, simply it will be moving in its path. Correct? So the electron the hole, it will be attracted the movement of an electron or diverting the movement of an electron by an hole. That kind of an scattering we are called as an impurity scattering. Okay, so when you are changing the temperature, the lattice, correct, the lattice, it will be start vibrating. Due to the vibration of the lattice, the lattice scattering, it will be increases, whatever it may be, due to the impurity scattering or due to the lattice scattering, that there is a collision, it will be happen. Okay, so in the steady state means what? Acceleration plus collision. When you are going to do summation of these two things, acceleration plus collision, when you are going to do this two summation thing, then only we are going to calculate it, or then only we are going to get the total momentum produced by the electron. Correct. So normally steady state ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, correct. So acceleration of an electron ಏನಿತ್ತು, collision ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಇದೆರಡನ್ನೂ summation ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ we have to get the zero answer ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. I am right? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, acceleration plus collision, it will be equal to 0. But so here, when we are going to do this two equation addition operation, that time we are going to get something, correct. So that value only we are called as an net momentum or average momentum of the semiconducting material produced by the electron. Okay, so due to that momentum, we are going to calculate the velocity of that electron. Once we know the charge of the electron and velocity of the electron, easily you can calculate the current density. So here, instead of telling current, why I have used the word current density? Why I am using the word current density instead of saying current?
Diffusion current.
No, current density. What is the meaning of current density and current?
So density is per unit volume.
Yeah.
And current is the normal current generally at an average, I guess. Sir.
Yeah. When only one electron it will be involving to constitute a current, that we are called as an current. Or when more number of electron is participating to constitute an current, that we called as an current density. Okay, so here in a piece of, especially we have taken a n-type semiconducting material. In the n-type semiconducting material, somewhere around 40,000, more than that, just for understanding, I have taken that numerical value, that's all, right? Correct. So more than 40,000 electron was involved to us. Correct. So out of 40 electrons, it will be start moving towards one particular direction. Out of 40,000, maybe 10,000 electron it will be collide. Only 10,000 electron it will be collide. Still 30,000 electron it will be participating in constituting a current, right? I am correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hence, instead of simply saying current, I am used the word current density. Okay. So with the help of the velocity, we are going to define what is the current density of the piece of semiconducting material produced by the electron. Once we know the current density, using the same equation, we are going to calculate the conductivity of the electron and mobility of the electron. Okay, once we know these are all the equations, just while doing the comparison process from equation 1 to equation 8 or equation 2 to equation 10, something like that, due to comparison, we are going to calculate current density due to only electron. Correct. So up to till now, we have not included the minority charge carriers, right? Up to till now, we are not included the minority charge carrier concept. But anyway, if you have taken n-type or if you have taken p-type, whatever it may be, minority charge carriers always will be there. That minority charge carrier, nowhere or never it will become zero. But if you keep on increasing the adding the pentavalent impurity, definitely the concentration of whole will be reduced, but you can't eliminate completely. Correct? But the whole concentration will be very small. Correct? After at the end of the derivation, when I am going to consider both type of an charge carriers, both type of an charge carrier, electron as well as the hole. Obviously, we know that any one of the charge carrier it will be dominating. Correct? In the n type electron it will be dominating, in the p type hole it will be dominating. Here also for the current produced by the electron, obviously it will be dominating in the n type compared to the hole. When we are going to add the electron current as well as the hole current, finally we will get the total current density produced by the both type of an charge carrier. Both type of an charge carrier. This is the flow of the derivative part, what we have to discuss in this class actually. Okay, so now anyway we will move step by step, line by line. Okay, I have taken these two diagrams just for understanding what we have discussed in the drift concept and all. Correct? So initially what we have done here, we have taken a one piece of semiconducting material. Anyway, in our discussion we have taken the n-type semiconducting material. Let us take this is the n-type semiconducting material. If you have taken the n-type semiconducting material, the electrons are the majority, holes are the minority. Okay, up to some point of time you forget about the minority charge carrier. Let us take only the majority charge carriers. Okay, in the n-type majority are electrons. Correct? So what you can see from this picture, blue colored picture,
electrons moving randomly.
electrons it will be moving randomly. Correct? So when we are not applying any additional electric field, that time the electron it will be start moving randomly. Due to the random movement of the electron, what about the net momentum and what about the net current in that piece of semiconducting material?
Zero, sir.
It will be zero. Correct? So ನಾನೀಗ ಮೊಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಡೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೊಂದು ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? ಸಮ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್. Correct? When I have taken this kind of an semiconducting material, the net momentum will be zero. Correct? And the net current it will be zero. Net current it will be zero means there is no point to discuss. I mean, what are the parameter I was told? It may be the mobility and velocity and the current density. Correct? So even those things also will become zero. Correct? So for that, what I am going to do, I am applying the electric field here. Correct? I am applying the electric field here. When you are applying the electric field, now you can able to drive all the electron to an particular direction. All the electron to an particular direction. Correct? So anyone will you tell me the direction of electron movement compared to the electric field?
Opposite.
It will be opposite. Many times I was told. Correct? What about the hole? If you have taken a p-type semiconductor for the same discussion?
Same, sir.
Yeah, the applied electric field and the hole movement, both the direction it will be same. But anyway, we have taken the electron. The electron movement and applied electric field, it's always opposite to each other. Always opposite to each other. Let us take the epsilon. Epsilon we are using for designating the electric field. Epsilon x stand for applying electric field in the x direction. Applying electric field in the x direction. Okay, but the velocity of the electron, just check it out here. Velocity of the electron it will be equal to minus mu n epsilon x. Minus mu n epsilon x. Mu n stand for? Mu n stand for?
Mobility.
Mobility of the electron. Mu generally it is an mobility. Mu suffix n mobility of the electron. Mu p mobility of the hole. Correct? So Vx velocity in the x direction. Correct? Epsilon x you are applying the electric field to the x direction. And what is minus sign it indicates? What this minus sign indicates in this equation?
Opposite to the direction of electric field.
Yes, what the electric field you have applied in the x direction, all the electron it will be moving in the minus x direction. All the electron it will be moving in the minus x direction. Hence, I have written Vx will be equal to minus mu n epsilon x. Okay, so one thing we got to know that when I am going to applying an electric field, I can drive all the electron to some particular direction. Correct. At the same time, will you tell me when I am going to applying, let us take it's a piece of semiconductor. In that piece of semiconductor, somewhere around 40,000 electrons are there. 40,000 electrons are there. All the electrons having some initial kinetic energy. Due to that kinetic energy, it will start randomly moving in the same box. Correct. So for driving to a particular direction, you are going to applying an electric field. When you are applying an electric field, it is possible you to drive all the 40,000 electron to a particular direction. All the 40,000 electron will you able to drive to a particular direction if you are applying electric field?
Yes, sir.
All 40,000.
Yes, sir.
All 40,000.
No, sir.
ಆಗುತ್ತೆ sir.
No, sir.
Yeah.
ಆಗುತ್ತೆ sir.
Just check it out. If
Yes,
an
sir.
electric field epsilon x is applied in the x direction, each electron experience a net force of minus q into epsilon x. Minus q into epsilon x from the field. This force may be insufficient. This force may be insufficient to alter appreciably the random path of an individual electron. Random path of an individual electron. What is the meaning of this statement? What is the meaning of this statement?
It will travel in different directions. Electrons will be traveling in different directions.
The electron, it will be traveling different. Yes, it will be there. Initially it was present. For diverted to a particular direction, what I am doing, I am applying an electric field. Correct. So when you are applying an electric field, individually what you can say, the each electron experience a force of minus u minus q times of epsilon x anta now general agi helತೀವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but if you have taken a n-type semiconducting material, there is a huge number of electron. That applied electric field, it may insufficient to alter all the electrons. Insufficient to alter all the electrons. Andre artha, out of 40,000, due to the applied electric field, you can alter the direction of 30,000 electrons. 30,000 electrons, but that applied electric field is sufficient to divert the remaining 10,000 electrons. Andre illi innu randomu ide, but maximum electron anna you are diverting to a particular direction. Diverting to a particular direction. Due to this phenomenon, yes, obviously, let us take 40,000 out of 40,000, 30,000 you are diverting to one direction. The remaining 10,000 randomly it will be moving. Because of that 10,000, it not much experience the force of an applied electric field. Okay, let us take what the 10,000 remaining electrons are there. It will be moving opposite direction to the remaining 30,000. 10,000. This 30,000 minus 10,000. If I wanted to calculate the current or if I wanted to calculate the momentum, ಏನಾದರೂ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು. Correct. So 30 minus 10 ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ 30 plus 10 ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ? Normally, generally we can call it as a summation ಅಂತಾನೆ ಹೇಳೋದು ನಾವು. But the 30,000 electron it will be moving in one direction. The 10,000 it will be moving in another direction. When you are going to do the addition operation or summation operation of this two. Correct. So 30 minus 10 only will come to an picture because of opposite in nature. 30 it will be moving in one position and the remaining 10,000 it will be moving to the another position. Correct. So 30 minus 10. So the remaining is 20 electron. Yes, 20,000 electron. The remaining is 20,000 electron. One part of an visualization. The another part of the visualization I will tell to you. correct? So 30,000 electron, it will be moving to an positive terminal of the power supply, correct? But the remaining 10,000, that positive terminal of the power supply not able to attract completely. And astu shakti illa adakke, correct? So in that situation, what it will be happen, the remaining 10,000, it will be start moving randomly. Bari nan 10,000 ne nan tagontini, correct? So let us take the 5,000 electron, it will be moving in one direction, the remaining 5,000, it will be moving in another direction, correct? What about the net momentum of the other 10,000 electrons? Other 10,000 electron, only 10,000 I am speaking. ಯಾವುದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳಗಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. 5,000 it will be moving in one, yeah. That 10,000 momentum, it will be become zero, but still 30,000 electrons are moving to an particular direction. ಹೌದಾ? Due to applied electric field. But in one another way, you can visualize this concept how you want, correct? But the final conclusion is the majority of the charge carrier, it will be moving to the positive terminal of the power supply. The majority of the charge carrier, it will be moving to the positive terminal of the power supply due to applied electric field. Due to applied electric field. Andre artha eno, the acceleration will be there or not when you are applying the electric field.
There, sir.
It's there, correct? ನಾನು ಸೇಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನಾನು ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾನು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಬರೆಯೋದಾದ್ರೆ, if I wanted to represent the same concept in terms of a mathematical equation, the equation I am going to represent it like this. Just check it out here. Minus n q epsilon x, it will be equal to d rho x divided by dt. This is slash field, means when you are applying an electric field, there is a momentum, there is a change in momentum with respect to time. There is a change in momentum with respect to time due to what? Applied electric field to the n number of electron. Due to applied electric field to an n number of an electron. This is what we have designated as an equation number 1. Another equation number 1 alli nimge confusion idya? And one more thing, now only I will clarify to you. Derivation anta andre ee subject alli this is not somewhat kind of an your mathematics, correct? So generally in mathematics derivation and all, how it will be, if you know the initial two equation, simply you can do the simplification of the initial two equations and finally you will get some answer. Or if you know the final initial two equation, easily you can get the answer, correct? But in electronic device, the derivation is not something like that. If you write the first and second equation, easily you can do some mathematical simplification and finally you will get final answer, something like that. No, there is no derivative part there in the ED, correct? So here, for example, in the conductivity and mobility, there are 15 to 17 equations are there. All the 17 equations are different. All the 17 equations are different. But concept wise, there is a link between equation number 1 to equation number 2. There is a link between equation number 2, equation number 2. Because ನೀವೇ ನೋಡಿ ಈಗ equation number 1, equation number 2. Just check it out. There is any relation or I am using the same notation for in the equation number 2? ಏನಾದರೂ ಸೇಮ್ ನೋಟೇಷನ್ ನಾನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದನ್ನ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 2 ಬರೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ? Hello?
No, sir. No, sir.
Yeah. I am not using, but ಇದು ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ವೈಸ್ ನೀವು ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ, ನೋಟೇಷನ್ ವೈಸ್ ನೀವು ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ there is a change, but ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ವೈಸ್ ನೀವು ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ there is a link. There is a link. So hence, now only I am telling to you all, I mean those who are beheading or those who are simply mug-upping, simply writing in a multiple times in a paper and in that way they are recording the concept in their mind. Please leave that kind of practices and try to understand the concept. Based on the understanding, you can derive whatever you want. Okay, so anyway, time is already 12. Now, today we will stop it here, and tomorrow we will continue the same derivation. Okay. So anyway, already I have shared the notes and PPT and all. You can, once you go through the notes, and tomorrow we will discuss the same topic. Any doubt in the today's class?
No, sir.
Okay, pa. Tomorrow we will continue the same topic. Okay, thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.